you're a little higher than me today. Well, that's better.
How about that?
Now we're at the same height.
Clock that T.
I like that. Oh, good. And the audio looks good. This is great. You know,
What a wonderful day it is today here
really
at
have
Let's
it
Talk
together.
About That.
Okay, here we go. Hello and welcome. I'm Jacob Bellotti, joined as always by the Autumnal,
Ooh.
the ready for the fall season, the still incredibly cute Larry Saperstein. Hello, Larry.
Hello. Feeling very autumnal. Wearing my sweatshirt.
I know. It's been like the first week of like cooler weather here.
Gonna be breaking out the sweaters. Gonna be wearing the long sleeve shirts.
It's what the people want.
Hello. Gonna be having my pumpkin spice.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, welcome to
Let's talk about that.
All systems are a go.
Talking database activated.
Begin in 3, 2, 1.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about what? Let's talk about who? Let's talk about me. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about that. Girl, I cannot believe we are talking about that.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Let's talk about that. It is autumn, honey.
It's autumn, honey.
Honey.
The fall has fallen. The autumn is among us.
Yes. Although here in Los Angeles, that means it is currently 80 degrees instead of 98.
Yeah. But, you know, it really does get cool, though. Like, it's on its way. It just takes a little bit more of a moment.
That is true.
But it does happen. It does happen.
I always love our October activities because we go to places that feel very...
Especially in the evening.
Yes.
Especially the evening activities in October and in November sometimes.
Especially here in the hills. My God.
Yes, especially in Bel Air.
Yeah.
You know, you just get those beautiful trees.
Right. Where the leaves change, all of that. Yes, because that's where we live.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's talk about us.
Yeah, let's talk about us.
Girl, I have the most devastating let's talk about us.
I'm so sorry that this happened to you.
I am just crushed internally. I think my spirit might never recover from this.
I think you'll be okay, but why don't you tell the listeners?
Well, my Nintendo Switch, Nintendo, we love you.
Nintendo, we do love you. Even after this whole brouhaha, we still love you.
But my feelings are becoming more complicated.
Yeah.
Towards you.
Of course.
My Nintendo Switch just decided to die.
So unfortunate.
All we were doing was sitting here. I think you were like folding laundry or something.
I know. I was making my gorgeous, beautiful pin board, which we can get into.
Yes. You were making your pin board. And I got an error code in the middle of Tears of the Kingdom. So for the record, we haven't updated anyone on the Zelda journey lately.
Yeah.
But I had basically finished Tears of the Kingdom.
Right.
The only thing left I had to do was beat Ganondorf.
Right. And you were purposefully waiting to do that.
Because I was getting shrines and more hearts and all of that.
Exactly.
I was at like 115 shrines.
Exactly.
And as I was going to fight some monsters, an error message appeared on the screen. And it said, please restart your Nintendo Switch to continue, like an error occurred or whatever.
Yes.
So,
like screen went black, error message.
Yeah. So we turned it off. We tried to restart the Nintendo Switch as per the instructions that were on the screen. And it never turned back on.
Never turned back on.
Not again.
And that was the last time you saw your version of Hyrule.
And all of my data was gone.
Everything.
Smash all my characters I had unlocked.
Yep, you have to re-unlock all the characters.
Of Breath of the Wild.
Completely gone.
The entire Tears of the Kingdom.
All of it gone.
And Portal. Don't forget Portal.
And Portal. But
gone.
that one is a little different because you just played through that one and it's the same every time. It's not really like it's not as customizable. You know what I mean? You don't have as much of a custom experience.
But I don't know if I'll play through that again. Like, I already played through it.
Right. Maybe one day soon you'll play it and you'll be like, but like the thing is, if you want to play Portal again in the future, you would start from the beginning. So it's less intense there.
But I was so close to finishing Tears
I
of
know.
the Kingdom.
And then you would have had both of them completely done, and now you're literally back to zero.
Zero on my Switch. So what happened was then I had to send it in to Nintendo for repair.
Yeah.
And they just basically gave me a new Switch. They said, yeah, your Switch is fucked. You know? And they gave me a new one with and then here's the real kicker.
Yeah.
Some bullshit.
What?
Okay. Is that the SD card that you use to store data.
Oh, that is bullshit.
Yeah,
that is bullshit.
It is bullshit. Mm-hmm. The SD card they use to store data or data, depending on what region you're from. I kept that before sending it in for repair.
Yeah.
Because I was hoping, I could get my stuff back. You plug it into the new Switch and it says, this is already in use with another console. You can't access the data.
Yeah, that's so bullshit.
And it says, please delete the data.
It had all of your data on it.
I was furious.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
really upsetting.
That was like the last ditch effort.
I even spent time looking up to see, can I take the data from this and transfer it to a computer and then put it back on the Switch in some way? No. It was just
gone.
No way. Yeah.
So now I have restarted Tears of the Kingdom.
I know.
Which is
so unfortunate.
So unfortunate because the beginning of that game is horrible. Let's just say that.
But it's better for you now, right? Are you having more fun with it now that you know?
No, I'm not having more fun. The beginning is
regulations?
horrible. And what I really enjoyed is that I had gotten to the point where I never had to hear Zelda's stupid voice again. And now I have to hear every single fucking cutscene of Zelda all over again. And it's really demoralizing.
I'm sorry.
You want to talk about voice actors? Let's talk about that for a second.
Let's talk about that.
Because the voice actor for Zelda in these games, horrible.
Yeah, terrible.
What is that?
And she's universally hated by the fans.
Yes, and fun fact,
I have no idea who she is. No shade.
I'm sure she's a great lady,
but
yeah, you're terrible at your job.
I just don't know why they went. She's so I don't know, just it's not even I don't even know how to describe why it's bad. It just is bad. It's
bad.
The acting is bad, and then the accent is also bad.
The voice is
and
bad.
And then just the voice is also bad.
Yeah, it's just bad all around.
Yeah, it's bad all around.
Which is so annoying because for the record, for our listeners, I did voice the scratch tracks for King Rome.
Oh, and it was
Nintendo.
An iconic performance.
Yes,
but that did not make it into the game.
Should I give you a little
go for
taste of it?
Go for it.
I now pronounce you Hyrule's champions and bestow upon you this sacred garb.
T.
Yeah.
Now picture that with more bass and more echo.
Yeah.
My
voice is a
more
little rough
reverb,
right now because, it's been a long day here.
Yeah, of course. But it sounds pretty iconic on the scratch track.
It does. It's pretty good. But anyway, that voice acting is terrible, and I am utterly demoralized.
It's really unfortunate
by my Nintendo Switch journey.
I'm sorry.
So, and it sucks because I literally just fucking got it. I got it in March.
I know.
Or April or whatever. Literally, it is not.
And I've never seen that happen before. I don't know why it happened, but all I can say is that I'm here for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to be as hands off as possible with your original playthrough of Zelda and Tears of the Kingdom. But now that you've played it most of the way through, if you ever are very frustrated, I offer my services. I will play whichever parts you don't want to play. I am here for you, and I will help you get through this.
So here's the tea with that.
You better watch your mouth. You better watch your mouth up here on this podcast. So I distinctly
remember not wanting to play the tutorial, and you played a little bit of it, and then you got distracted by a TikTok, and then I ended up playing the rest of it.
Jacob, I played it for 2 hours.
No, you didn't. You played it for 35 minutes.
That is not true, Jacob.
It is true.
I played it for 2 hours, and then I did not get distracted by a TikTok. I had to do an email and do something else before it got too late.
Honey, an email takes 45 seconds.
Well, I was sending a self-tape, honey.
Okay. Well, it still takes 45 seconds.
You got into it.
No, I didn't. I didn't want to do it.
And also, you were micromanaging me. You were micromanaging me. Oh, you need to get that apple. Oh, you need to get that stick. Honey, you're missing all the items. Well, bitch, you're not going to use the apple and the stick in 5 minutes.
Okay, well, I might use the Hylian shrooms that you were skipping.
Honey, you can get Hylian shrooms anywhere.
I know, but you were skipping them.
It's
so
an unlimited
I didn't have them.
resource.
I didn't have them.
It's an
honey.
unlimited resource.
Honey.
And I was trying to speed through it quickly so that you can get further into the game, which is what you wanted. I was trying to help.
Miss Ma'am, I like speeding through things while also collecting all the items that are in front of me.
Well, then you can play it, girl.
Well, I have been. That's the point.
If you're going to micromanage everything I do, then I rescind my offer.
I was not micromanaging. I was purely pointing out places where you could improve your performance.
Better watch your mouth.
Oh, God. Well, anyway, it is autumn. So
It's autumn.
I really would like to talk about some autumnal things today on the pod.
Yeah.
Because this is, for the record, fall is my favorite season, as I'm sure it is most people's.
I enjoy the fall. I think it's like fall and spring are amongst my favorites, which I think is what most people feel.
Well, that's 2 out of 4, honey.
And those 2 are amongst my favorites, and then the other 2 are amongst my lesser favorites.
Okay, what's your most favorite season?
Fall or spring.
Okay, can you limit it to one?
I would say they're about the same.
About the same.
Yeah.
You like spring? I hate spring. It rains so much.
No, I enjoy the spring. It's my birthday.
Well, that doesn't work for me. Like that doesn't.
Excuse me?
Like that doesn't make me enjoy the spring.
Excuse me? The
Because
day
your
of my
birthday is
birth?
usually very expensive for me.
That's untrue. Historically, your birthday has been more expensive for me than my birthday has been for you.
That is wildly untrue.
Okay, what did we do on my birthday this year?
I took you out for a wonderful deluxe dinner.
Deluxe.
I bought you a record player.
You did.
And I bought you something else. I can't remember what it was, though. I did get you something
Yeah, but the
else.
only thing that I specifically asked for was going out for drinks and going out with our friends,
Yes, but
which we did.
but-
And that didn't cost you really any money at all.
Yes, but I'm your partner, and I like to do nice things for
Okay, but
you.
on your birthday, I had to spend like $110 on your dinner. Also, this is such a stupid conversation because no birthday has cost more for either of us than Jerome's birthday.
Yes, our producer, Jerome.
We got to turn this around on Jerome.
Oh, my God. For the record, wait, before that, I would like to know what you spent $110 on my birthday.
On your dinner, on your birthday
Where
dinner.
did we go to dinner?
The Italian place in Woodland Hills.
Oh, Il Forneo?
Yeah.
Il Forneo, we love you.
Il Forneo, you're great.
I don't think that's true, actually. But,
It is true.
okay.
It is true.
All right, whatever. But Jerome's birthday,
And I bought you a gift. But Jerome's birthday, oh, that was crazy.
We spent hundreds of dollars.
Like literally multiple hundreds of dollars.
hundreds of dollars on Jerome's birthday.
Yeah.
So, he better feel valued, is all I'm saying.
Yeah. We did the Dodgers game.
Yes.
We did the dinner. And I got him a gift.
Yes, and the dinner was expensive.
Yes.
It was a very
It was
expensive
the
dinner.
Cheesecake Factory. Cheesecake Factory is expensive.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot. My God.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. We did so much for that boy.
Cheesecake Factory, we love you.
Yes, we do. And we've shouted you out before. We'll keep
Yeah.
doing it until you give us a little sponsorship here.
Yeah.
Cheesecake Factory, we love you.
We love you, girl.
Okay. So the fall. Movies. We just saw Beetlejuice.
Yeah, I mean,
Beetlejuice.
we're in the moment of the fall movies beginning to arrive.
Right. And for the record, when I say fall movies, I'm not talking about Halloween movies.
No.
That's not
Not scary movies
that's
either.
not fall.
Scary.
No. I'm talking about movies that feel like a fall vibe.
Yeah. Do you think, before we get into Beetlejuice, do you think like a lot of people say that Gilmore Girls is
Yes.
like the quintessential fall show?
Yes, everyone does say that. I would disagree. I'd say it's Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Okay, I think those are kind of in the same vein, even though
No,
like I know
completely
the
different.
stories are very different and the genres are different, but like it's early 2000s, late 90s, like cable television, single cam.
I think Ally
Adventure.
McBeal is the quintessential.
I've never seen Ally McBeal.
Jane
seen-
Krakowski. Jane
never seen that
Krakowski's
show.
in Ally McBeal.
Oh.
With Harrison Ford's wife. I can't remember her name right now.
No clue. Never
you
seen
know
it.
who she is, though.
If I saw her, maybe.
Yeah, she was in Supergirl, and then she was in a bunch of other.
Didn't see
things.
Supergirl.
Callista Flockhart. That's
Oh,
her name.
okay,
Callista
okay.
Flockhart
All right.
was Ally McBeal.
Great.
but that's so besides the point. Ally McBeal. No, I really think Buffy the Vampire Slayer is like the most fall show I can imagine because it is Halloween-ish, but it's not Halloween. You know, it's like year round and they're in sunny California and it's like just kind of, I don't know, it just feels autumnal to me.
I hear you're Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and I raise you Wizards of Waverly Place.
See, that's a kid's show. That's
Not to me.
That's different.
Not to me. That is my childhood and my whole
But honey,
experience.
we just watched an episode of it.
Yeah. And it's fantastic.
The original show.
Fantastic.
You
Iconic.
specifically said to me that
No,
it wasn't,
I didn't say whatever you
wasn't
think
as
I said. I
good
didn't say
as
it.
you remember.
No. I didn't say that.
Okay, all right, great.
You're just putting words and thoughts into my mouth that just,
It
quite
sounds
simply
good to
do not
me.
exist.
Sounds good to me. I will move straight on from that one. Here's something. What about an animated fall show? For me, Young Justice. Young Justice feels like the fall.
Never saw that.
It's like the Young Justice League.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I never watched this show all the way through, but there's a show called Over the Garden Wall. Have you seen this show?
I haven't. No. Grey Gardens.
It's like it's a little spooky, but it's like I think it's on HBO or Max, or it might have been like Cartoon Network, and so now it's on like Max. But it's a little spooky. It's very fall. It's very like in the woods, and it's
What
like
about
this.
Courage the Cowardly Dog?
No, that is a terrifying show.
But is it fall?
No.
It's not fall for you?
For me, that show feels like winter. Like I watched that on winter break.
Okay.
Like I think the same thing about like Avatar: The Last Airbender. Like to me, that's like a winter show or like a summer show, which I watch on break.
Oh,
Like on school break. You watch those shows.
So you're thinking about when you were a child.
Yeah. Okay. Like here's a great example, right?
Yeah.
Like Wizard 101, that game.
Yes.
Right. Now it's about wizards, right? And
Yes.
it's I guess you could say it's adjacent to like fall and Halloween. But for me, my experience with that game was in the winter time, like during holiday break. So I associate it with the winter.
You didn't play on like weekends?
I really went through like phases where I would like play it really heavily and then I would stop, and then I would like play it really heavily and then I would stop.
Got it.
Because you have to remember, my weekends were very busy as a child. And
Oh yeah,
I had a
sure.
very
You
busy
were-
life.
You were really,
I mean, I had tap dance rehearsals.
Yeah.
I had auditions.
uh-huh.
I was a busy kid.
Well, I was slightly less busy
Yeah.
as a child, so
Right.
although I was mostly outside, I didn't,
Yeah.
I wasn't doing that much.
Yeah.
With my life.
And now I
at
do
all.
real magic.
And
Oh.
well, now I do nothing with my life. So there you go. I do nothing. I sit here and talk into a microphone.
I make magic every day, honey.
That is untrue. Can you name the magic? I would like to know what magic.
Every time I get up there on a stage and tap my little toes and sing my little songs, magic.
You didn't tap or sing in the show that I just saw you in.
I did sing. Are you kidding me? I sang.
No, you
Didn't have my own
didn't.
song, but I sang. I sang with the ensemble.
Oh, you were ensemble 4 or ensemble 4.
Yes, I was in. It was another quick and funny show. It was another comedy show, and I had a small role, and I was in the ensemble because for the last 6 months, I was either directing the shows or I was the lead. So I needed a little break.
Yeah.
But before then, magic, honey, magic.
Okay, whatever you say, darling.
But so, speaking of magic,
Yeah.
we still have to talk about Beetlejuice. But speaking of magic,
Yeah.
we've been watching the Harry Potters.
So this is crazy because these are as quintessential parts of my childhood.
And now a lot of people consider these like winter movies.
I disagree.
People associate them with Christmas.
No, I disagree. I think they're as the weather starts to turn movies, which therefore puts them in the autumnal season.
Autumnal season.
Because that is when the weather
Autumnal
starts
film.
to turn. I understand why some people think they're Christmas movies, but I call bullshit because Christmas is really only in the first 2 movies. Or maybe the third one too.
Copy.
But like after that, like Christmas is not even
Right.
It's just winter.
Right.
Okay, so winter is different than Christmas. to me.
Absolutely.
And I just think they are like, as the weather turns, you cuddle up, you snuggle with your honey, and you watch the movies.
Or your cat. Snuggle with the cat.
Okay, well, thank you for pointing out how lonely and sad I am.
Yep.
Despite my literal life partner being in the chair next to me.
Well, I snuggle with the cat usually, and you're just kind of next to me.
What? I thought we were snuggling together.
Well, I was more focused on Lawrence.
Oh my God. You know what? You're always more focused on Lawrence.
It's true.
But usually the LAU one.
Well, yeah, that's the most true because I'm special.
Uh-huh.
So,
But Harry Potter, I have seen many times.
Yeah.
Many times in my life.
I have not seen it many times.
And not only have I seen it, I've read it 7
Yeah.
times. The whole book series.
You've read every single book.
7 times. I
When did you have the
7
time
full
to read them 7
Well,
times?
I'm sorry I didn't have tap class and auditions as a child
But like, when did
because
you
no
have...
one told me I was a star. How about
Sorry. You are a star.
that? Clock that too.
You are a star.
Well, time the world knows it.
But when did you have time to read it 7 times?
I would just read all the time. I was lame. I would read or be outside. That's what I would do as a kid.
Read or be outside. But like, okay, so when was the first read? Like what age?
Probably like 7.
You read all 7 books.
Well, not all of them are out when I was 7, but
Aha! So you haven't read them all 7 times.
yes, I have actually. Because then later on down the road, I would start skipping 1 and 2 because they're kind of boring.
Aha! So you haven't read them all 7 times.
I've read them at least 7 times each. At
Jacob.
least 7 times each.
Okay. So when was your last full read through?
Probably when I was like 15.
So you're saying you haven't read them in over 10 years?
11 or more years, yeah.
And you read them 7 times
Yeah.
between the age of 7 and 15?
Yeah. I was an advanced reader as a child.
Come on, advanced reader.
I'm not trying to be pretentious. I know it sounds pretentious, but like my reading level was always like multiple grades ahead of like on like when they would test it at school and stuff. It was like always much further.
Mine was as well, but I lost it all.
Right.
Now I
because
can't
you
even
famously
comprehend.
don't read.
Yeah. If you show me a sentence, I'm like, girl.
How's my book going, by the way? You still plowing through that?
Yeah.
Okay. Just keeping tabs.
One
on that
word a
one.
day.
1 word a day.
You know?
You'll be done in 2086.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what do you
No,
think?
honestly, what keeps happening with your book, though, is I read it and then, like, I take a couple of days where I don't read it and then the page that it's on, like, refreshes so that I lose my place and it takes me, like, a few days to figure out where my place is. So I've, like, read the same section, like, 4 times trying to figure out exactly where I'm at in the book. But I did have a moment a little bit ago where I got a bit further in it.
All right. What do you think?
Love it. Iconic.
Okay. This feels forced.
No, it's not forced. I don't think I've gotten far enough to really understand how it all comes together.
Okay.
I'm like almost halfway through.
Okay. Well, yes, it all comes together at a certain point.
Right.
But speaking of books and then movies, how are you liking Harry Potter?
Love it.
Love. You loving it?
Iconic.
Loving it?
I mean,
So you've only seen the first 4.
The first
movies.
4, so
You've
half.
seen up through Goblet of Fire.
Yeah, half.
Did you put
movies.
your name in the Goblet of Fire?
Right. I've seen half. And so here's the thing. Like when I was younger, I don't know. I wasn't exposed to them. And I wasn't like.
See, I think your mom has clocked your tea on this though, because I have.
Excuse me.
I've had text conversations with her. Where she has like mentioned to me that you were exposed to things and didn't get interested, or like you would start things and then just give up?
Well, but the thing is, like, other people were like forced to be interested in certain things, like Harry Potter. You know what I mean?
No, because Harry Potter is so captivating that that everybody was drawn in by the magic. That's why it's the most selling book series and for movie franchise of all time.
Well, what do you want me to say, Jacob? I don't know. I don't know why I wasn't interested in it.
It appeals to all ages. And
I don't know why I wasn't interested in it, Jacob. I just wasn't.
Okay.
I thought maybe I wasn't really exposed to it in the right way.
Well, now that you are exposed to it, what are your specific thoughts?
I think it is a very fascinating world. I think it's really cool that the world is like very built out and that all of the characters have their own relationships with each other. And it's not just about like Harry and people's relationships with him. It's also about like relationships with other characters going back like decades and decades and decades. So that to me is very, very cool. I think they could have been a little bit more creative with some of the names and some of the spells.
Yeah, that is something. I mean, first of all, the names get horrifically racist as it goes onward.
Right,
and
right.
This is where I have no problem speaking about this.
Speak on it.
And clocking J.K. Rowling's stupid bitch tea.
Yeah, speak on it.
Because she is a stupid bitch. And I will say that till the day I die.
Uh-huh.
She is an idiot, a bigot, a liar, a disgusting woman.
Racist.
A racist and
transphobic.
And transphobic. I really want to say a word that I won't say on the podcast.
Great.
So there you go. Yes, but she names the only Asian character Cho Chang.
Right.
The only black character of significance, she names Kingsley Shacklebolt.
Ridiculous.
I mean, can we just take a second to talk about that? Because
yeah, it's ridiculous.
I can, like, Kingsley
and I haven't even gotten to that.
Shacklebolt?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, you'll see him in the next movie.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that is so incredibly racist and so disgusting. Well, I guess I can expect that behavior because she is a transphobic, racist bitch. But, you know, it's shocking to me the things, like, that I didn't pick up on when I was reading them as a child.
Right.
Versus, like, looking at it now and seeing it for what it was.
Yeah.
You know, and that does really suck because if she just had not been such a stupid, racist, disgusting thing.
I know, it would still be so beloved and like all of the new movies would be so popular and like it could still be like so huge.
I know.
And like the original movies and the original books are still huge, but like all the new stuff is not that huge because it's been like tainted with like this like
her disgusting behavior.
Right.
Yeah. So whatever, you know, like, listen, we're watching it. Like it's important that you see it because it is important media in the monoculture.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and I've noticed that in my adult life, just like zooming out for a moment.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of things that I've been catching up on in the broader culture. Like I'd never seen all the Star Wars movies until a few years ago, and I watched all of those. There were like major movies like Jurassic Park and Jaws, like big things that a lot of people have seen that for some reason I just had never seen. And I don't really know why, but that's just the way it was. And so now
You hadn't even seen Mommy Dearest.
Yeah, but I wouldn't call that monoculture, Jacob.
Okay, well, it's monoculture to me.
Well, that's not the definition of monoculture. So I feel like I've had to kind of catch up on some of those things. And now I'm doing Harry Potter. Now I'm on that Harry Potter tea.
Yes, you're on the journey.
Okay. So then the other thing is, I think that the spell names are silly.
Okay, like Expelliarmus.
Yeah, or like
Avada Kedavra.
Like the spell to levitate things is Wingardium Leviosa.
No, it's Wingardium Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Right, which is what I said. I said it the right way.
Avada Kedavra!
Oh my God, I just died. Honey, we don't say that word.
I know.
We don't say that word. We don't say that word in this house.
That was so cute. After we watched the fourth one, I turned to Larry. I was like, Avada Kedavra!
I was like, we don't say that word.
He's like, no, my God. He's like, don't. He was like scared that it was going to happen.
What if, though? What if that's when you...
Crucio!
What if that's when you discover that you have powers?
Well, I feel like I would have discovered
What if that's how you
now.
discover?
I'm a
Maybe
little.
not.
I'm over a quarter away into my life. You know.
Well, who knows? You could discover your powers at any time.
All right. Well, let's hope this one works.
Jacob, that's so upsetting to me that you would play that risk on my life. That's very upsetting.
Oh God! It's a Harry Potter spell.
That's very upsetting to me.
It's a Harry Potter. I don't even have a wand.
Go
What
to
am I gonna
Universal
fucking-
and do it. Go to Universal and do it. You'll get thrown out.
No.
Thrown
No,
out of
you
the park.
wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
Yes, you would.
We should go there and try out the unforgivable curses.
They will pick your ass up and throw you off the hill.
That would be fun.
Roll you down the hill into the lot.
Okay. Well, regardless, Harry Potter, it does have ridiculous spells.
I know, but
We'll
it
say
is
that.
fun. And it does make me want to be a wizard.
I know.
And I am thinking, like, should we just go, like, full basic bitches and be, like, Ron and Hermione and Harry for Halloween?
Oh, my God.
Because I would slay Ron Weasley.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I know you would, but that is so basic.
I know, but if you wore a wig and you did Hermione and then Jeremy did Harry Potter, fierce.
Why would I be Hermione?
Because Jeremy looks like Harry Potter, I look like Ron, and you are the one left over. And you're blonde. So you could wear the wig and be Hermione.
I'm the one left over. That's what my life partner thinks of me, folks.
No, just in this situation.
Yeah, I'm the one left over. Okay.
No, just in this particular trio.
No,
It just,
you know what? I would be Lucius fucking Malfoy
Oh,
because
work.
he slays.
then do that.
He absolutely demolishes everything. He
Then do that.
eats, Okay.
Then do it. Go
he has
for
so
it.
much Riz.
Go for it. Come on, Riz. I don't know if he has Riz.
Come on. I used the term.
I think he slays the
I
house
used the
down.
TikTok term.
Yeah, but I think Riz is more like straight, and Lucius is
Oh.
so gay.
Oh yeah, he is hello.
so gay coded.
Wait till you meet Narcissa, his
Oh,
wife.
oh, come on, fierce Narcissa.
By the way, her name is Narcissa.
that Narcissi.
her name is Narcissa. Malfoy.
Narcissa.
She's got kind of like a Michelle Visage, like gray
Work.
streak through her
Also,
hair.
like so many of the characters in this franchise are so gay.
Oh yeah, I know.
Snape, Dumbledore.
Snape is so gay. I mean, Dumbledore is gay canonically.
Yeah.
Lucius.
Lucius.
Snape is gay. Lucius is gay. But here's the part that people don't talk about. Harry Potter is a gay allegory, and that's what.
Okay.
And that's what people don't really understand.
Okay.
Because Harry Potter, different than everyone else around him, right? He's been marked. He's different. It makes people not like him at school. It makes him different. It makes him an outlier. It makes him have to go on a more personal, emotional journey than everyone else at the school to be able to sort his life out and fix his problems. And that is the life of a gay person.
And not to mention, every gay person can talk to snakes.
Right. Exactly. I'm a
So-
parcel mouth.
Yeah.
Saya Sashi.
Honey,
Saya Sieth.
the snakes are going to come up out of the floor.
I would love that. You don't like snakes. I do like snakes.
I do not like snakes.
I do like them.
Love that the gay allegory is written by one of the most anti-gay people to ever
Well,
grace our planet.
The thing is, like, she's not anti-gay. She's anti-trans.
I know,
She's
but-
transphobic.
But we are banding together and saying that by being transphobic, she's anti-gay.
That's true. I
And-
mean, they are a wonderful, amazing part of our community.
T.
So I count them as part of our culture.
And if you're against one of us, you're against all of us, bitch.
Hello, honey.
So we'll
Expelliarmus!
Oh my god! All right.
I'm just gonna shout out Harry Potter spells.
All right. More let's talk about that right after this.
And we're back.
We're back.
Okay, so Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
We saw this.
We're not going to say it a third time.
Beetlejuice. Hey guys.
Daylight come and me wanna go home.
Oh, shouldn't be doing that on the pod.
Well, you know,
What'd you think?
I enjoyed it.
I did too.
I had fun.
I was so here for it.
Yeah,
I'm not
I had
gonna lie.
fun.
So many people have said the story is so messy and incoherent.
And it is a little messy and incoherent. It is.
But no, but it's not incoherent. It is messy, but it's not incoherent. I followed it from beginning to end without a problem.
Okay. Yes. Agree.
Like it made complete sense by the end of it. Like everything. I just think there was a lot going on, but I didn't mind that. I loved
Right.
that there was so much going on.
Well, I think there's a lot going on because that is Beetlejuice, right? Like he is like a terror.
He's a chaos demon.
And there's a lot of chaos that goes on in the story because I think that communicates his character the best.
Yeah, I
You know?
agree. I agree. I thought it was so fun to return to that world.
Yes.
Catherine O'Hara has clearly it's so funny because when you watch like kind of earlier Catherine O'Hara versus later Catherine O'Hara,
Yes.
like her earlier stuff is a little more demure.
Yes.
It is more like
Well,
like she hadn't felt, I think, the same confidence that she feels at this stage in her career.
I think now everything is tainted by Moira Rose.
Right.
And I say that in a good way.
I understand that, but I I would watch her on SCTV, like Second
Right.
City Television with Eugene Levy and all the greats of the time.
Yeah.
Chris Farley, Martin Short, and like there she was silly and funny, like
Right.
improv sketch. But then when she started doing movies, like she really started with Christopher Guest films,
Right.
Like Best in Show, she was in,
Yes.
and
Of course.
many other ones among that, and Home Alone she did, obviously, but like in those she's a little less absurd
Yeah.
than she is now, and I think even in the first Beetlejuice,
Yes, absolutely.
she's like a little less absurd than
well,
she
now
is in
she's a
this one.
star.
Right,
Like before she was an actress, now she's a star.
right,
And Moira Rose made her a star.
right.
Do you know what I mean? Like I think everybody knew her and she was an actress, but like ever since Schitt's Creek, like she is that girl.
Yes,
You know?
I mean, for me, she's always been that girl.
Well, of
Like-
course for
like,
you, but I
know.
think for the population at large, now she's really that girl.
Yes, I did like at the Emmys how she had her own entrance.
Yeah,
separate from
fierce.
the rest of the Schitt's Creek
Fierce. She
cast.
deserves it.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty great. But anyway, in Beetlejuice, she was phenomenal this
Yes.
go around. I mean, 10 out of 10 for me from
And
Catherine
and
O'Hara.
and what do you think about Winona Ryder?
Love Winona. I'm a huge Winona fan. Because I really love Stranger Things, which I know you don't love as much as I do.
I like it just fine.
And you still haven't finished season 4.
I know. We'll finish it.
But
Do you think that's a fall show, Stranger
yes,
Things?
That is 100% a fall show.
Great.
Without
That's
a
another
doubt,
one.
that's a fall show.
Fall show, Stranger Things.
Yeah. But I love her in that. And I do think she was kind of playing that character. She was
Winona Ryder.
She was playing Joyce Byers in Beetlejuice almost.
Yeah, I think Winona Ryder is someone who like she just does kind of her thing. Like she just does
Yeah.
Winona Ryder, which is
Yeah.
fierce. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong, very fierce.
I love it. But I do think like in this film, it was almost like she didn't quite know what movie she was in.
Interesting.
But but it didn't bother me. Is
Yeah.
the thing. I loved it. I thought she was great.
It's hard to make that character of Lydia Dietz like an adult.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Because like her whole thing is that she's like a disgruntled teen.
Right.
So when you take away the like teenage aspect of the character, there's like not much that you're left with.
Yeah.
So they kind of had to reinvent a new character and just call it Lydia Dietz and give it like the same look.
That's true.
know?
Now here's my controversial take. Not saying that I listen. I love the movie. I think you could have not had Jenna Ortega in it, and it would have been just as good.
All right. Well, here's my thing. I think that Jenna Ortega was great in the movie. I think that casting her as the
But I'm
daughter.
not saying she did a bad
No,
job.
I know.
Okay.
Let me finish.
Okay, ma'am. Miss Ma'am.
I think that casting her as
Okay, I'm not. I'm kidding.
we're having words. We're having words.
We certainly are having words after this, after you called me the leftover one.
Well, in the trio for Harry Potter costumes. And if you want to be Lucius, you should.
Okay, anyway, Jenna Ortega.
I think that casting her as the child of Lydia Dietz is very smart. I actually don't remember her character's name. Astrid?
Astrid, that was it.
I
Astherd.
asked her. No. I mean, after I get out of the bathroom.
Yeah, literally you.
But I do think that they could have done a movie without Lydia having a child, and it could have been like equally as fun.
Yeah, like the plot of this would have worked without the child in it. That's
Right.
what I'm saying.
Right. Like, but it has nothing to do with Jenna Ortega. Like,
No.
it's just about the writing.
I'm not saying anything about Jenna Ortega.
Jenna
because
Ortega, we love you.
I do love
We
her.
love
and I
you.
thought she was wonderful in Wednesday.
Yeah, I think she's a great actress, and I love her. Like, she fits the Tim Burton like style so
Yeah, she's
well.
very good at the dark,
dark comedy.
straight-faced, deadpan acting.
Yes.
She's very good at that.
Yes, but I actually felt like she was playing this role very differently than Wednesday. Like,
I don't agree. I
Really?
think it was similar in many, many ways.
I think there was some versatility there. I think.
Maybe the slightest bit.
You know, I didn't quite love, but I just didn't quite love the plot line. Spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
Didn't quite love the plot line. Yeah, meow, meow, meow. I didn't quite love the plot line with the boy.
Yes, I think he was very unnecessary.
Yeah.
And it was very obvious that he was a ghost from the first time he appeared.
I knew he was a ghost. Did not expect him to be like an evil ghost.
Yeah.
But then that there was no like payoff to that.
No,
Like
he
it was
just
like
kinda
he's a
fell
murderer.
into hell.
Yeah, it was like he's a murderer, and then 5 seconds after we learned he was a murderer, he was gone.
He was in hell.
Yeah. So there was really no like payoff to that part. Also, there was no payoff to a huge spoiler.
Spoiler.
There was no payoff to Catherine O'Hara dying.
Yeah.
Like, also felt unnecessary.
No, but I think that was the setup for the next film.
Okay.
Because she said specifically at the end when she was dead that she would be back to haunt them forever and ever.
All right. Well,
So I think that was kind of the...
but do you think there's going to be a next movie?
Yeah, I do. I think, well, they have to make Beetlejuice.
Don't say it.
Hey, guys, I'm here. Larry, you're looking a little tight over there.
That would be terrifying. I can't.
Yeah. But they have to make the third one. That's his name 3 times.
Right.
So,
Ugh, scary.
yeah.
Scary.
But I thought, that being said, I thought it was very funny.
It was a very funny movie.
Very
The
funny
jokes
movie.
were good. The jokes were great.
It was really funny. I did love it.
Do you have any jokes from it that you remember?
No.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither. But I remember laughing.
I was
remember
laughing like the whole time. Well, I was laughing at Catherine O'Hara veiling the entire house.
Yes,
for the
it was
funeral.
mostly her character.
Yeah,
It was mostly her
Most
stuff.
of what she did really made me
I was
chuckle.
laughing that like she's graduated from sculpting to like she is a performance artist.
She's a
now.
multimedia artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, fierce.
Queen. So that was Beetlejuice for us.
Yes.
But there is another thing about fall that I love.
Yes.
And that is fall lineups on television.
Absolutely.
So historically, I have always, looked forward to fall for the TV lineup.
Yes.
Last year, it was completely ruined and obliterated.
Yes.
There was no fall lineup last year.
Yes, but it's okay because we are labor and we stand tall.
We are pro-union.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that.
Yes.
But it did destroy the TV schedule for
Absolutely.
last fall, which was
Yeah.
very upsetting for me as someone who relies on that to not be depressed.
Okay. Luckily, we live in the streaming age. You can
We
rewatch
do.
things.
And I have so many shows on the docket right now. We're watching a lot of shows. I'm watching shows
Yes.
without you that I love. I mean, it's just been a joy for me this fall.
So, what are the shows? Let's go through them.
Well, there's Agatha All Along.
Agatha All
featuring
Along.
our good friend and friend of the podcast, Catherine Hahn.
Yes.
Catherine, we do
Catherine,
love
we love
you.
you.
Adore you.
And, when we saw you, we knew that greatness was both behind and ahead.
That's right. I mean, when we saw her, I just had this feeling in my chest that we were destined to be close friends.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
Yeah.
So
how amazing.
Yeah, and down
Down the road.
down the witch's road.
And when they start doing the harmony, Miss
Yes,
Miss
honey.
Patty on the harmony.
Oh, Miss Patty, a little flat.
Well,
Yeah. No, Agatha, we love Agatha. It is funny watching Joe Locke struggle through that American accent.
Yeah. But, love him.
Yeah. Oh no.
Love him.
I think he's wonderful and amazingly talented.
Yeah.
But it is funny watching him struggle through that American accent.
Yeah. Sometimes he just completely misses it. And it's just full British accent. You're like, oh, right.
It's just Charlie again.
But maybe it's also us just being so like conditioned to hear him in a British voice. I don't know.
I think maybe I just pick up on things that a lot of people don't when watching media because my producer brain is always turning and all of that. But anyway, besides Agatha, we are watching The English Teacher.
English Teacher, Brian Jordan Alvarez. Love.
Okay.
Love. I've been following his career for a very long time, and I'm super happy that he's got his own show, which is very exciting. And I've actually even known about this project. I didn't know what it was called or anything, but I knew that he had been working on his own show for a long time because I, follow when he does podcasts and stuff. I listen and I've watched a lot of his YouTube content. And so very proud of him and excited for him to have a show.
Great. And then we'll move right along because I have nothing to add to that.
Sorry.
About The English Teacher.
English Teacher.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the me show is what I call it.
All right. Well.
But anyway, what are some other fall shows we're watching?
Well, you're watching the Menendez.
Oh my God. I am very into the Menendez brothers on Netflix.
I'm not going to watch that one with you.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't want to. Well, it is horrifically gory.
Yeah,
I will say that it is incredibly gory.
Not going to watch it.
And documents horrific sexual abuse of children.
Yeah, not going to watch it.
But that being said, the actors playing them are incredibly hot.
Wow. But are they good actors? Are they talented?
They are. They're very talented actors. And there's a lot of male nudity in this show.
Wow. Okay.
So that's the other.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
Maybe if you just show me those scenes, I'll be okay with it.
Yeah. The thing is, though, those scenes are in context of quite awful things.
Oh,
so
then
it's not like I should be, touting that as a feature.
Then no.
Yeah, it's kind of upsetting actually when they happen.
Then no.
But anyway, I am enthralled. So 4 years ago, I watched whatever they did about them before, and then I watched the full-length documentary about them. Mm-hmm. So I've been very invested in the Menendez brothers story for a long time, especially because they used to live in Pennington, New Jersey.
Yeah,
which is where I have family currently living and have visited many, many times.
Right.
So that has always captivated me about their case as well.
Right.
And then obviously living in LA, I know where their house was and where these crimes happened.
In some ways, you've had a very similar trajectory, New Jersey to LA.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Except instead of murdering the parents, maybe I'll murder the partner.
Ooh. You just tried to 6 times with your spells. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So don't even joke about that.
Yeah, but I do love that. And then I will be watching the upcoming documentary that Netflix is releasing in tandem to it that features them speaking about the case for the first time in 30 years.
Crazy.
So I will be watching that as well. And then we're watching, what else are we watching? We're watching
my new favorite show on television,
God.
High Potential. You got to get into this. You got to get into the High Potential.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about... yeah, it's called High Potential. Tell us a little bit about it.
Caitlin Olsen.
Yeah.
From It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yes.
Plays.
And Hacks.
Very funny person, very funny lady.
She was nominated for an Emmy this year.
For an Emmy.
For Hacks.
She plays a extraordinarily smart mother of 3, okay? And she can solve crimes just by looking at them.
Yeah.
Okay, she notices all the wrong things about crimes. She notices a lot of details.
Yeah.
That other people don't notice.
Right.
Okay. And the police, they see her and they're like, who's this bitch? And she's like, what I have 3 kids, and solving a crime, that's the easiest part of my day. And so then the police are like, I have no kids. The police are like, I have no kids, and I get paid a lot of money to do this job, and I'm shit at it. So we're going to bring you in, woman, mother of 3, diva, and we're going to pay you a lot less than me, but we're going to have you do all the work. And she's like, diva, I'll do it because I need a full-time job.
Yeah, it's kind of a worse version of Castle.
Never saw that.
Yeah, it's Castle, except she's a cleaning lady instead of an author. That's the exact plot of the show Castle, is that he's an author. And
Isn't that Murder, She Wrote?
What?
Murder, She Wrote?
What about it?
Isn't that the same plot of that too?
No.
Isn't the whole thing with Murder, She Wrote that she's an author?
Well, yeah, but that's like, it's different.
What makes it different?
That in Castle, it's like he's a famous author.
Okay.
And the first case he gets brought on is like somebody committing crimes that are based on the book that he wrote.
Okay.
And so it's like they're committing murders the way he put them in the book. So he gets brought on to consult, and then he just becomes a permanent part of the team and is writing books and also solving crimes.
But then in Murder, She Wrote, she's also an author of
Yes.
murder mysteries.
Right.
And the murderers she's solving real murders.
Right, but it also doesn't have Nathan Fillion.
But it has Angela Lansbury.
I understand that it has Angela Lansbury, but it doesn't have Nathan Fillion.
Okay, well, it has Angela Lansbury. This one has Caitlin Olsen.
Right.
High potential, Caitlin Olsen. Love.
Which, to me,
I love her.
I do love her, but Nathan Fillion, I think, is a little more.
Okay. Well, also, I speak in jest. I mean, I will probably not be watching every single episode of the show.
Yeah.
But I do think it's a fun concept.
Yeah.
And I did enjoy my watch through of the first episode.
Yes. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed that watch through.
Yeah.
One of us in the room enjoyed it.
Yeah.
which is
Jeremy
wonderful.
also did not like it.
No, he did not.
But I liked it.
But I'm excited for St. Dennis Medical, which is coming out this
I know you
November.
are. I know you are.
Because it's starring the lady from Fargo, and it looks actually funny.
I'm very excited to check it out. It's November? It doesn't come until November?
Premieres, yeah.
Oh, my God.
I know. And I'm also watching The Circle right now, which I know you're not watching.
Yeah.
They crank those seasons out.
Yeah, and those episodes are way too long.
Yeah.
They could do
sometimes they're a little
30-minute
long.
episodes.
Sometimes they're a little long.
Sometimes those episodes are like over an hour.
I don't know, but that's the aspect I like of it. Whereas you like the trash that is Emily in Paris to like waste
Love
time
Emily
and
in
like
Paris.
ignore. Like
I have to watch the new season of Emily in Paris.
But you don't actually watch it. You just kind of put it on in the background.
Yeah, and then I look at the
things.
outfits.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what The Circle is for most people.
Right,
It's like
right.
a background show.
Sure.
You know, it's not
I get it.
like it's just like Emily in Paris, except it actually has a bit of brain behind it.
Well, Emily in Paris has many brains behind it. Many extraordinary minds.
Well,
It's extraordinary television. You can't tell me otherwise.
I sure can. As someone who lived in France, I can tell you that it is absolute utter garbage.
What makes it garbage?
The dialogue, the acting, the
But it's not
characters,
supposed
the
to
plot.
be. It's not supposed to be high art.
The details, the everything.
Although I haven't watched the new season, and I have heard
Listen,
that
if the dialogue, the writing, the characters, and the acting are all bad, what are you left with?
great shots of Paris and fun, beautiful, cute outfits
Oh, God.
and hot people and
you
hot
just like
people.
it because you think she's hot.
No, I think he's hot. Well, they're both
he?
hot. They're both hot. The guy, whatever his name is, I don't remember the character's name. The hot one.
I didn't even know
The whole
there was
thing is that boys chase her. She goes to France, and then it's like Sex in the City. Boys chase her around, and she's like, she's got this like on again, off again thing with this one like really hot French guy.
It's just garbage. It's garbage, Larry.
I think it's better than garbage.
No, it is universally agreed upon that it is garbage.
I know, but I love watching it. So, but I also have seen that the cast like they're not really agreeing with like the direction the show is going. I've seen a few like interview clips where the cast is like, yeah, I mean, I don't really agree with like where my character is heading, but like, I'm not the writer, so.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I think actors need to shut their mouths when it comes to stuff like that.
Okay, but like you just said the writing was bad. So if the
That doesn't-
actors are speaking
I know,
out.
but the actors have no business speaking out about that. You are there. You get paid more money than the writer, than the director, than
I
the
guess.
showrunner, than anybody on set. You get paid more than the executives behind the show. You
I
get
don't know if
paid
that's true.
more money than yes, it is true. You get paid more money than anybody involved in the entire process.
Okay.
To sit there and say a couple lines and dance around in Paris. Okay? That gives you absolutely no grounds to say
But it's
anything
also
bad
your
about the
face,
show.
it's also your face, and people you don't know the way that these fans and these people, like, they will attack people even though it's their character and it has nothing to do with them. Like, people don't understand the way that TV works, and sometimes people have to speak out.
$20 million from doing that,
Oh,
I would be
They don't have $20
perfect-
million.
Okay, if I had multiple millions of dollars, then that's part of the job, honey. The
No.
fans could be mad at me all they want.
No, but you also have fans that you have to, like, answer to sometimes, and you have to make sure that they
They
understand.
can be mad at me all they want if I've made that much money on a TV
But
show.
if you lose all your fans because you don't speak out about things, then you'll never make that money again on another show.
Well, it's not like this show's going to last for fucking 15 seasons.
Well, let's talk about that. Will last for 15 seasons.
that is true. We are just getting started, honey.
Before we sign off, one other show that's happening, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. We're back in it. We're
my
back
God.
in it.
You know what? And we talked about this before. We were worried that after Monica's departure,
Yes.
that it would be bad. But
This-
I know from watching so many Housewives that after someone big leaves, it actually usually gets better.
T. This new bitch, what's her name? With the
Bronwyn.
outfit. Bronwyn with the outfits.
There's Bronwyn
She-
and there's I can't remember the other one.
I don't remember
There's
the other
another
girl,
new girl.
but
Yeah.
Bronwyn with the outfits.
Yes.
She is incredible television.
Yes, she
like
really
the
is.
outfits, the kooky outfits that she wore just in the first episode, like that is charisma and character.
Yeah, it's been
And Mary's
really
back.
fun. And Mary's back full time, which thank the Lord.
Yeah.
We needed our grandfather marrying cult leader
Yes.
Mary Cosby back on our television.
Yes.
And also I just really enjoyed watching Meredith and Whitney fight over bath bombs.
Yeah, what was that?
So incredible.
I don't
because
know.
Meredith is the queen of the bath. Get into it.
Yeah, but from what I understood, it seemed like Whitney. Meredith, I already was doing the bath bomb.
Meredith, I was doing
didn't
bath
present the
line.
But like from what I understand, she already had the bath bombs going. So I don't think Meredith was right about that.
I know, but Meredith was so zanned out that you couldn't even like.
Yeah. But then all of them ganging up. Who are they? Oh, they were ganging up on Whitney.
Yeah.
They just all
It's
started yelling
fabulous.
at her.
Yes.
Just all at
the
once.
pillar of our community.
And then the editing
Angie
being
K.
like, like just like a cacophony of people yelling at her.
What a great premiere episode.
Yeah, it was really good.
So many good things to come, I think,
was
this
really
year
good.
on Salt
Very
Lake City.
exciting.
I'm very excited for this season. That's the thing. You should watch season 2. Season 2 is really excellent as well.
Is that the one where she gets arrested?
That's the Jen Shaw arrest season.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a really good season as well.
Well, we'll get there.
But yeah. But anyway.
We have a wonderful fall ahead of us with wonderful media and wonderful television and wonderful movies. Also, like this, it's not part of this episode, but also happening this fall is the Wicked movie. So there's a lot to happen before the end of the fall.
so much. And that was our fall recap of fall media. But guess what? It's almost Halloween season.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm sure in a week or two, we will have an episode for you all about our favorite Halloween movies, events, things to do.
Tea.
So you're going to want to stay tuned for that. And
Absolutely.
to do that, you can find us at Let's Talk About That Pod on Instagram and TikTok.
Yes, you can send us an email at let's talk about that at pod@gmail.com.
Wow.
Sorry, I
Butch
had
that one.
I had a hiccup.
Yeah, it's all right. Let's talk about that pod at gmail.com. And on our YouTube at Let's Talk About That Pod as well. To check this out on camera, we're
Yeah.
wearing green and purple today.
Yes, we match our set.
We're doing a little almost Elphaba moment, right? Green and purple. That's kind of her colors.
Sort of. Not really.
She's green and
just
purple,
kinda
and Glinda's
green.
pink
She's green
and white.
black.
Well, no, but honey, the socks, the Wicked socks I have that are featured on your
Are
Instagram.
Green and black, and then pink.
No. They're green and purple, and then pink and neon pink.
What is purple? What part of them is purple?
The part where the toe
the
line
toe.
thing is, that's
Okay.
purple.
All right, sure.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks for listening to Let's Talk About That. We'll see you next week, right?
We'll see you next time on Let's Talk About That.
Okay, so you just wanted to say it. We'll
No,
see
we
you next
say it
time.
together.
Okay, we'll see you next time on
Let's Talk About That.
How about that, T, honey?
Bye.
All right, now let's go have some words about
Go rake
how,
some leaves.
Yes, and how I'm the other one in the equation.
Well, you are. Bye.